What's up, Big Bear Nation? Welcome back to the homestead.
Beautiful. That's a good boy. Whacking those weeds for me. Yeah, he does. You can't lick the camera. No, stop. You can't lick the camera.
So I know it's a little bit darker than normal. That's because I'm filming in the evening time. Seems like whenever I film first thing in the morning, I'm always blown out, and I just don't really like that. So we're gonna try this time of day and see what happens. So when I talked to you guys last Sunday, I showed you all these eggs that we had everywhere, or maybe it was a couple Sundays ago. We had eggs all over the place, and I was trying to debate on what to do. Well, I found out that one of those nests, the one behind the compost bin, is actually being sat on. See if we can take a look.
Hey Mama, what you doing?
So that is our Indian runner duck. So hopefully here pretty soon, within the next month, we should see some babies coming around. Also, been checking on the Muscovy, and she's still steadily staying on her eggs. Did have a scare though. Earlier last week, I saw the black Muscovy duck in our coop, and she couldn't get out, and I was scared that she was the one that was trying to hatch out the eggs. I went over there, looked, there was nobody on the eggs. I saw the brown Muscovy walking around. Didn't seem to be interested in the nest, so I was kind of worried that we had messed that up. But a day later I went in there and she is still sitting on that nest. So fingers crossed, those should be coming soon. Another update, remember the chicken that was sitting on her nest and all the eggs were spilling out? Let's check on her.
Hey Mama, what you doing? Oh, and look who's right behind you. Are you watching this baby? Huh? Are you watching this mama? Huh? Are you watching the mama? Look at her. Hey Mama. Hey Mama. What you got? You don't have babies yet, do you?
She must be getting close because she's getting awfully protective of that nest, even around Louise, who has been her neighbor for this entire time. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those over the next couple of days. Now that we're weaning Bucky off of milk, we have extra milk, and so the girls have gotten in the routine of every morning making cheese, and then we take that whey and we're using the whey in with the chicken feed. So these guys back here that I'm moving every day, they're getting that feed, and I have noticed that my egg production is going up a little bit. Now, that could just be the days are getting longer and it's getting warmer, but either way, the feed soaked in whey over the day helps it expand a little bit, helps it to go a little bit further, and it's most definitely healthier for them.
What have we got? 3 eggs? Looks good. Looking good, ladies. What do we got? Ho, ho, ho. 3 over here, too? Y'all trying to show up this other group, huh? Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
So it most definitely has to be doing something, because I was usually only getting 4 to 5 eggs between the 2 of them, and now looks like there's going to be at least 6. So hopefully we can kind of kick these guys up a little bit more as the days are getting longer. Sun's coming out, it's getting warmer. Should be getting some more eggs here pretty soon, or we're gonna have some chickens in the stock pot. Now, I know that that was a very close-up picture, but I wanted you to be able to hear what I can hear inside that bee box. There is a ton of bees in there. I mean, I can hear them. They're really loud. I'm at least I'm over an arm's length away from them, and I can hear the buzzing from here. So we most definitely need to get that box ready so that we're not chasing them up in a tree again, because that's not fun. We got a pig and a cow and a goat all in the front yard. Now remember, I told y'all that I had some chickens that were laying in the grass seed. Well, all of a sudden they just stopped laying there. So one morning I was editing a video and I heard a lot of ruckus, and I was concerned that there was an attack because we have seen a lot of hawks this year. So I came outside and started looking where the noise was coming. I saw a rooster, but he wasn't acting aggressive. He sounded more like he was calling the girls in. So I quietly started walking towards the sound, and up popped a little hen head. And so I waited for her to get out. Thank you for telling me where you're laying. And I found like 15 eggs. So now they have decided to start laying here in this big thing of brush. There's like all these trees around that we've cut up and pushed over here. And there are the eggs. So I've been checking that area to keep collecting eggs from there, right? So I was walking through and I didn't see any like the other day. And so I was like, well, let me walk through and see if maybe they found another brush pile that they're laying in. And you'll never guess what else I found. You see those? That is a whole mess of duck eggs. And so far, I haven't seen anybody laying on these. I haven't even seen anybody come over to them. I've considered getting in there and trying to count them just to see if I end up with more. But at this point, I feel like these have all been abandoned. They're just a nest that they had been laying in. And I might just get them and toss them to the pigs and start over. We've decided, in order to be sustainable, that we would do like we did last year and continue to incubate eggs. So we had collected enough to be able to run a full batch of like 41 and went to start the incubator, and the display wasn't working and it wasn't getting warm. So we had to get it replaced. We went and got that replaced, and it is now waiting on us to get more eggs because those eggs were not going to be good for incubating at that point. So we tossed those to the pigs, and now these new ones that we've been collecting on Monday, those will go into the incubator, so be looking for that. That's really getting down to crunch time with the garden because it's almost April. We planted some onions the other day, so those are in the ground. Hopefully they won't get waterlogged. We have a slew of seeds started in the seed room / brooder room, and Ladessa has already potted up a bunch of squash and zucchini. So our last frost is supposed to be April 15th. So we're really going to hold out for that because last year it surprised us. Right at the end we got a nice little frost, and I really don't want to have to be running around, you know, covering everything up last minute. So, because we've done that before and it's not fun. So on the 15th, we'll go ahead and put all of those seed starts in the ground. But until then, we're bringing them out every day and letting them harden off, which has not been very difficult because the last couple of days have been like 80 degrees. So it's been kind of nice to let them, you know, harden off and it be not an extreme temperature change. Now, you guys knew that we had gotten our chicks from McMurray couple weeks ago. And we've been steadily, you know, tapering their temperatures down, feeding, watering them, you know, loving on them. Well, every couple of days, I'm going in and cleaning out their bedding. And this morning, I went to go clean out their bedding, and I went through and ran my hands through the bedding, and I didn't see any other chicks. I'd moved them all over. Went outside, it was raining. I tossed the big pile into, we've got right here in our front yard. I've been tossing them all in there so that we can just compost it down right there in that bed. And went on about my business. A little while later, Carol came in and she's like, is there a reason why there's a chick outside just screaming like for her life? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She brought me this little guy, and he is, well, she hopefully is significantly smaller than the rest of them. And I guess I'm thinking she had to be buried up underneath the bedding and was probably about to like be crushed to death. So while it was, you know, not cool on my part that I tossed her outside, you know, there's two things to be said from that. One, no matter how experienced you are, no matter how, you know, well versed you are in homesteading or chicken care or whatever, we all make mistakes. This is living proof right here. But the second thing is that she could have been dead. She could have gotten crushed and we could have lost her. But instead, Carol rescued her, and now we're nursing her back to health. She almost immediately popped back. We put her under a lamp where the tortoises are because it's a nice warm lamp. Put her under there, and she's doing a lot better now. So, fingers crossed, she'll be fine. I'm trying to come up with a name for her that somewhat resembles just how strong and much of a fighter she is. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know down in the comments, because I'd be open for suggestions. Thank you for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless. Have a nice day.